Damien Devine from the Royal Prince Alfred Yacht Club is one of the organising committees of this year's race. Damien, can you give us some background?
Yeah, well, 2014 sees the 33rd running of the Pittwater-Coffs Harbour yacht race. It's a 226 nautical mile ocean race which starts off at Barrenjoey and ends up in Coffs Harbour.
So how many entries do you have?
This year we've got 40, which is a nice round number. 35 monoholes, and for the first time in the history of the race we've got 5 multi-holes.
Excellent. Now, tell us about the multi-hole section.
Well, very interesting. The smallest is a 9.5 metre catamaran, which there are 2 of those, and they go all the way back to Sean Langman's very impressive almost 60 trimaran called Team Australia, which is certainly going to be the first boat to reach Coffs Harbour.
What sort of ETA do you put on it?
Speaking to Sean Langman this morning, he was putting a time of 19 hours with the current weather forecast.
Excellent. Now, what about the multi-hulls? What's the business there?
With the monohulls?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the fleet of 35, we've got a very, very competitive fleet. It's a high calibre fleet when you look down the list. Line honours favourite will no doubt be the TP52 Ragamuffin, which will be followed closely by the other TP52 in Dodo. And third is anybody's guess, but it could be Margaret Rintoul 5 or Perpetual Motion or even Swish.
In terms of handicap, who's the favourite there?
Well, it's a very highly competitive fleet, and you look down the list and there's only one of a number of boats that could win on handicap, but if I put my neck on the line, I'm going to say the 2 DK46s in Exile and 9 Dragons will be hard to beat, as well as the Sydney 38 Old School, Pretty Woman, a Far 45, Occasional Course Language 2, and Ragamuffin. They're my tips.
Dodo was in the Hobart race, wasn't she?
Yeah, had some mainsail damage just soon after the start, and fortunately they've managed to fix it up, and they joined the race very late, and we're pleased to have her on board.
So you have 40 boats?
40 boats, that's correct.
And you expect the first mono hole into Coffs by when?
The first multi-hole will be 19 hours. The first mono-hole will be somewhere in the vicinity of 22 hours with the current weather forecast, I'd suggest. Last year's handicap winner in Ragamuffin, again, will no doubt lead the fleet across the line. And I also tip it to go very well in the handicap front again.
Excellent. Well, have a good race.
Thank you.